Okay, I think I got everybody in. All right, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, thank you. I'm actually at the Riverside Police Department doing crime-free training today, but I have updates for you guys, so I wanted to give them to you. So if you guys can hear me, I'm excited to tell you. Are you paying attention? On Friday, everybody paying attention. On Friday, a federal judge deemed LA County's eviction moratorium for COVID as unconstitutional, and it will end on December 1st. We're winning, we're winning. Now we're going after the city. So the county's moratorium will end on December 1st now, unless something else changes. I think they can file something. I forgot what it's called, an injunction, and that hasn't been filed yet. So at this point, right now, LA County's moratorium ends on December 1st, and we should be back to business as normal quickly thereafter. So if anybody has any questions about that, let's wait a couple weeks and see if they file an injunction, but I doubt it. Fast Evict tells me there's a 50-50 chance to evict someone for non-payment in LA County. They recommend no, non-payment of rent. No, it's not. It's more, I would say it's higher than that. Your odds are higher than that. They say it's a 50-50 in LA City, but in LA County, I want to say it's more like 70-30. We're being extremely successful. For the most part, we're getting to stipulated agreements, and let's face it, just get your property back. Go after the money at a later date. Okay, so we can no longer start wage garnishments for anyone that makes less than $42 an hour. Okay, so anyone that makes less than $42 an hour, we can't do a wage garnishment against them. And let's face it, if they're making $42 an hour, they're buying, not renting. Evict now. LA City is the one that's most difficult to do evictions in right now. So it makes it a little bit more challenging, but LA County, we're being extremely successful in evictions. I want to say that's more on a 70-30, and we don't have a big issue with that. The other thing that I want to tell you is tenants can now provide their own credit reports. If they do, there can be no expense to the tenant. So if they provide their own credit report, you say thank you, and you just can't charge them anything. You can still run your own report, but it's going to be at your expense. So my thing is screen them, make sure that they make the money. If they make the money and we're going to go ahead and process the application, then I would run their credit at my expense and compare their report with mine. It would be an easy way to stop them from moving forward. Single family residents in LA City, when can we give notice to vacate? Tenants been there over 3 years. Not yet. LA City's moratorium is still in effect. LA County's is the one that was just deemed as being unconstitutional. So I'd love to tell you that you can attack, but not yet. If you do in the city of Los Angeles right now, you're looking at a 50-50 shot in order to be successful. And let's face it, if you can get them to go to settlement, that's what you're trying to do, is settlement and waive the money. And then you should be able to go after them at a later date for the money. But remember, we can't do wage garnishments anymore. So we just need to get our properties back. Everything needs to be about possession. Let the money go. This isn't the place to get it, okay? Is there a time limit to tenants providing credit report, etc.? What if it's dated back in July? You can make the requirement that the credit report needs to be at least within 90 days. So 90 days is an average credit report time length for that. I hope that answered that question. So 3 months, credit report, 3 months old. Anything over than that, then I tell them that I have to run it. All right, anybody have any questions? I'm sorry, I'm a wee bit distracted. I apologize. And is anybody going to the AOA trade show in Long Beach tomorrow? If so, I will be walking around and I will see you there. I plan on showing up at about 11 or so. So Long Beach is having their apartment owners trade show tomorrow. It's at the Long Beach Convention Center. It is free to attend. I will be attending. I am not speaking, and I don't have a booth there. So I'll be walking around. You might see me in various booths with PRC or Elizabeth Reynolds or God knows who I'm going to bump into. But I will be there tomorrow. So if you guys are planning on attending the Long Beach Trade Show tomorrow, I will see you there. In Alhambra, a duplex. If a tenant over 1 year and family member wants to move in, when can I give notice to vacate? You can give notice to vacate now for the family member to move in. LA County's moratorium ends on December 1st. So it's going to be December 1st that you can serve that. And you have to waive their last month's rent as a relocation fee. Assembly Bill 2559 says that a credit report needs to be done within 30 days. Okay, I'll look at the bill and see if it's within 30 days. I say 3 months, and the reality is we're not going to use it anyway. Liar, liar, pants on fire. We're not believing them. Run your own. So if they say within 30 days, then go with the within 30 days. Does anybody have anything else they want to pick my brain at for? Okay, here it comes. So good, you guys. Pick me because I'm going to get off of here and eat my lunch and then go to my next training class. How do I start an eviction with Fast Evict? Do I fill out the entire intake packet? I need them to serve the notice too. You can fill out the entire intake packet. I don't know what packet you're looking at, or you could just fill out the take sheet to start the notice, and then we'll go from there. And then if they're missing anything, they'll let you know. City of Arcadia, a single family residence with an ADU, can we still treat as a single family residence or as a duplex? It's not a duplex yet until the ADU certificate of occupancy is 15 years old. So if you have a single family residence and you put in an ADU, then the single family residence has statewide rent control immediately as soon as you have a certificate of occupancy on the ADU. And then the ADU gets statewide rent control as soon as it is 15 years and 1 month old on the certificate of occupancy. Okay, so the house that's been sitting there forever now has statewide rent control, and the ADU will then get it once it's 15 years and 1 month old. So for right now, you're dealing with a house that has statewide rent control and an ADU that's exempt for until they're 15 years old. Hi, this is Tony. Hi, Tony. Doesn't the wage garnishment ban take effect September 1st of 23? So next year, yes. Even though it's past now, things are changing. So I want to stay updated. You're absolutely correct, Tony. It doesn't take effect until 23. You're spot on, but it takes 5 months right now to get a court date for a small claims case. See the problem? So it is in effect, right? It is not in effect until September 1st of 23. So next year. Hi, Patty. If a tenant vacates the property and there's damage to the garage, can I charge the repairs for the garage to the tenant? Absolutely. Damages are charged to a tenant and the disposition of security deposit, and you can always do that. Can we still charge an application fee? No. There can be no expense to the tenant if they provide their own credit report. You can call it whatever you want, but you cannot have them pay anything if they provide their own report. It doesn't matter if you do criminal, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If they provide you with their own written credit report, then there can be no expense to the tenant. What rent should I put on a 3-day notice to pay or quit? They owe 7 rents from 2021 and 4 rents from July of 2022 till now. Just do July, August, September, October. And if you want to wait until the 2nd of November, which is coming up next week, you can add that one. Don't go back into 2021. That's all protected rents and something you'd have to get a money judgment for, not something you can evict for. But you can currently do an eviction if they owe you rents right now. I would say from April of this year going forward. Don't go back any further than that, or you're inviting COVID to your eviction. Another potential renter just called me. She wondered if I could buy the house she's living in. Tempting, but she's only paying $800, where this housing market is around $1,400 if I buy this house. Doubtful. How do you do a rent increase in an inherited renter's rent? You can only increase the rent by the state allowed amount. So at this point, you're looking at 10% annually. And if it's subject to the TPA, you're subject to the CPI plus 5%. So it's going to take you a hell of a long time to raise the rent high enough to bring that up to market value. And at the same time, we're trying to see the market is stalling. So we're now seeing apartments sitting on the market for 2 or 3 weeks before they're rented. The supply and demand issue is not a problem right now. And if we're still asking for that high dollar rent and our property is still sitting on the market, you need to lower your rent or offer a concession. Get that unit filled. If she agrees to pay $1,200, then you illegally did a rent increase of more than 10% while we're in a state of emergency, and you're subject to a $10,000 fine and 6 months in jail. It's California Penal Code 396, subparagraph B. Is that disgusting? I don't like orange. That's right, Val. I don't like orange either. I'm not going to do anything that's going to get me arrested. Hell no. Not doing it. I'm wearing green, not orange. All right. Do you guys have anything else? I got a lot to do, folks, but I didn't want to leave you hanging, and I'm sorry I was late. I apologize. So as it sits right now, we cannot charge a tenant that's bringing us an application or a credit report when screening. There could be no expense to the tenant. No more wage garnishments unless the tenant makes more than $42 an hour. And the big one, LA County's moratorium was ruled by a federal judge as unconstitutional, and it will stop on December 1st unless they file an injunction. They haven't filed one yet. I don't think they're gonna. Never realized that when you actually heard that 2 words. Not worth it. We have an empty rental. The neighbors are creeps. That's hard. Offer concessions, lower the rent, and get a live body in there that's paying you. In a very quick minute, we're gonna flip a different direction, and then we're gonna have trouble getting our vacants rented. We're gonna have to lower rents and offer concessions. So make sure that we're doing that. Will we be able to do rent increases after December 1st of 2022 in the unincorporated area of LA County in East LA under RSO? Or will there be a rent cap fight? Thank you, Tony. Tony, I don't know a nice way to explain this. LA City's RSO has spread like cancer to every unincorporated city in LA County. And now all of the unincorporated cities in LA County have LA RSO and are governed by them. So all the way to Wrightwood now we have the Rent Stabilization Organization controlling us. So it depends on your rent increase and what you're asking me, because those unincorporated cities now have their own rules. Okay, so it makes it a little bit more challenging. So we need to check with RSO about what you can increase. And right at this moment, I don't have that retained in my brain. Only if they provide their own credit report. If they do not have their own credit report, you can charge them for running a credit report. Yes. I'm having trouble since the neighbors are farm workers and work all day and drink all night. Multiple families are living in one house on each side of mine. Horrid. Lower the rent and try to get rented as quickly as possible, or hire some farm workers. I'm about to get attacked. Hang on. So I don't know if you guys know her or not. I'm sitting here in the sheriff's department, and one of my good friends just walked in. So I'm going to have her come say hello, because a lot of you probably know exactly who she is. But I just saw she's the next speaker. Here she comes. Here she comes. I'm live. You got to get closer. They can't see you. It's Christy Kelly. Hi, guys. Took our picture. All right. Does anybody need anything else? Otherwise, I want to go eat my lunch. But yes, County of LA's moratorium deemed unconstitutional by a federal judge on Friday. And now that moratorium will end on December 1st. Thank God. And we're going after LA City to try to stop their moratorium from continuing. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate you. And remember, if a tenant brings you a bullshit credit report and says, I have my own, just tell them thank you, smile, and run your own, and then compare apples for apples, and then deny them for lying, you know, LLPOF, liar, liar, pants on fire. How long will an eviction take in LA County? Well, my crystal ball is broken, but you're probably looking between 5 and 8 months, no joke. And the eviction slowdown hasn't hit us yet. So if you need to file, file now. Do you know how many people are going to file on December 2nd? Beat the rush. This is our option. You have two options, okay? Legal process, illegal process. You pick. Legal process is time consuming and takes money. Either that or try your cash for keys negotiation skills, okay? Yeah, I know. About five to 6 months in LA. Uncontested, you could probably do 4 to 5. It just depends. And as this progresses, we're seeing more and more slowdowns. Kern County Sheriff to do a lockout right now is taking 12 weeks. 12 weeks for a lockout. Everything's being contested, but it is what it is. We gotta get there at some point. So don't wait. Go now. That's all I'm saying. I finally went to trial with my tenant that's in LA City that got the rent relief money, and they want to come to a settlement agreement where I pay them $60,000. Well, they already stole the rent relief money. I'm not giving them another dime. So I let the case dismissed, and now they're holding my house hostage still. So I feel you guys. I get it. I understand. I'm one of you. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off of here and go eat some lunch. If there's anything I can do, hunt me down. You guys know how to find me, and we will talk soon. Okay, bye.